He didn't shout. He didn't run wild. Andrés Iniesta whispered, and the world listened. Now, football has changed. It's faster, louder, sharper, and at its heart, Vitinha, a new-age metronome with turbo touch and tactical steel. What happens when timeless class meets modern precision? 16 categories. All numbers. No mercy. Let's settle it. Vitinha versus Iniesta. Category 1. Professional debut age. Iniesta made his first senior appearance for Barcelona at 18 years and 1 month, stepping into a squad of Galacticos with nothing but silk in his feet and serenity in his mind. Vitinha's debut came for Wolves at 20 years and 4 months, after spells with Porto B and loan transitions. The stage matters, so does the timing. Winner, Iniesta. Score, Vitinha 0, Iniesta 1. Category 2. Total goal involvements by age 24. By the time he turned 24, Vitinha had stacked 40 goal involvements, 18 goals, 22 assists, across Portugal, England, and France. Iniesta at that age had 28, a respectable count. But in a Barca team loaded with goal threats, he often played the third or fourth creator. Still, output is output. Winner, Vitinha. Score, Vitinha 1, Iniesta 1. Category 3. Pass completion, final third, percent. Final third passing defines control under pressure. And Vitinha in 2023-24, a stellar 87.3% completion rate. Iniesta, in his best years, averaged 83.9%. Supreme for the era, but under less press-intensive systems. Precision with intent. Winner, Vitinha. Score, Vitinha 2, Iniesta 1. Category 4. Dribble success percent, peak seasons. Iniesta's dribbling wasn't flashy, it was flawless. At his peak, 74.2% success, often in the tightest corridors, with no wasted movement. Vitinha, a strong 65.9%, quick, efficient, functional. But Iniesta was evasive poetry. Winner, Iniesta. Score, Vitinha 2, Iniesta 2. Category 5. Key passes per 90 minutes. The number that separates playmakers from passengers. Iniesta delivered 2.4 key passes per 90 at his creative best. Vitinha registers 2.1 in PSG's current high-octane setup. Both elite. Iniesta, slightly more surgical. Winner, Iniesta. Score, Vitinha 2, Iniesta 3. Category 6. Tackles plus interceptions per 90. Vitinha is a two-way weapon. 5.8 tackles and interceptions per 90 this season. Not just pressing, winning. Iniesta, a creator first. His average, 2.6. He covered space, Vitinha closes it. Modern midfielders do both. Winner, Vitinha. Score, Vitinha 3, Iniesta 3. Category 7. Shot conversion rate. Efficiency in front of goal, Vitinha 16.4%. Clinical, calculated, cold. Iniesta, across his career, 9.4%. More of a build-up artist than a finisher. Vitinha doesn't shoot often, but when he does, he makes it count. Winner, Vitinha. Score, Vitinha 4, Iniesta 3. Category 8. UEFA Champions League titles by age 24. By 24, Iniesta had lifted the UCL trophy twice. Part of the golden core of Pep's Barcelona. Vitinha, the first Champions League win at 25. Experience on the biggest stage still matters. Winner, Iniesta. Score, Vitinha 4, Iniesta 4. Category 9. Progressive passes per 90. Breaking lines. That's modern gold. Vitinha, 7.1 progressive passes per 90. Iniesta, 6.2. Both move the ball forward. Vitinha does it more and quicker. Winner, Vitinha. Score, Vitinha, 5. Iniesta, 4. Category 10. Ground duels 1%. Midfield isn't a place for comfort. It's a battlefield. of feet, timing, and grit. Iniesta, with all his grace, never backed down from a challenge. But his strength was evasion, not confrontation. He danced around danger. Vitinha, he meets it head-on. In League One and on European nights, he wins 59.2% of all ground duels. Muscling past opponents, snapping into tackles, stealing inches of turf. Iniesta's 52.7% speaks to his elegance. Winner, Vitinha. Score, Vitinha. 6. Iniesta, 4. Category 11. Pressing actions per 90. In today's football, pressing is not optional, it's essential. Vitinha records 16.8 pressing actions per 90. Iniesta's average hovered around 6.3. Modern energy. Relentless pursuit. Winner, Vitinha. Score, Vitinha, 7. Iniesta, 4. Category 12. Minutes per goal involvement. Vitinha, a goal or assist every 171 minutes. Iniesta, every 247 minutes. Not a forward, not a striker, but Vitinha influences outcomes. Winner, Vitinha. Score, Vitinha, 8. Iniesta, 4. Category 13. Final third entries per 90. This is where games are won. Vitinha enters the final third 5.6 times per 90. Iniesta, 4.9. He pushes into the red zone repeatedly. Winner, Vitinha. Score, Vitinha, 9. Iniesta, 4. Category 14. Big game legacy moments. Iniesta's goal in the World Cup final. His late strike at Stamford Bridge. Not just games, moments that defined football history. Vitinha, still writing his chapters. Winner, Iniesta. Score, Vitinha, 9. Iniesta, 5. Category 15. Turnovers per 90. Vitinha loses the ball 6.4 times per 90. Iniesta, 8.2, higher. Even in a slower system. Retention, refined. Winner, Vitinha. Score, Vitinha, 10. Iniesta, 5. Category 16. The X Factor. Some players carry stats, others carry silence. When Iniesta touched the ball, stadiums inhaled. Aura can't be measured, but it's felt. Vitinha is rising. Iniesta rose and never fell. Winner, Iniesta. Final score, Vitinha, 10. Iniesta, 6. And there you have it. Vitinha doesn't erase Iniesta's legacy. He doesn't need to. He represents what Iniesta helped build, the next evolution. So when people ask, why Vitinha is already more complete than Iniesta ever was? The numbers answer. The categories confirm it. The pitch agrees. Iniesta wrote the music. Vitinha is conducting a new symphony. And just before the curtain drops, one final message. You dribbled. I dominate. Vitinha wins the battle. Iniesta remains immortal.